Did Netflix and Sony just debut the hottest K-pop groups of 2025? K-pop Demon Hunters just topped Netflix and Spotify charts globally. Animated idols are outperforming some of biggest real-life groups. That feels strange, but it reveals two things: what today's K-pop industry is missing, and how pop culture, in this case Hallyu, spreads across borders, while the power or money behind it consolidates into fewer hands, and they're not Koreans or Asians. It's the same lopsided power in the digital economy. Asian culture fuels Hallyu, but American companies earn the most from it. Welcome to the Take Tank, where we don't just echo what's already being said. This isn't just another hot take channel. We try to break things down, look at the bigger picture, and ask the harder questions to make sense of the world one conversation at a time. If you're here to explore different sides, hear something new, or just figure out where you stand, you're in good company. And if you're just a curious cat scrolling through, feel free to stay, watch, disagree, or drop your own take in the comments. We're all about open discourse here. No gatekeeping, no echo chambers. So, take your time and take this take. K-pop Demon Hunters shows us Korea makes the culture, but Americans are earning the most from it. Today, we'll talk about the political economy of pop culture, consumerism, markets, and the digital form of today's imperialism, because the old Hollywood model isn't enough anymore. We'll move from K-pop's current struggles to why animated idols work, the platform imperialism, and finally, who earns from culture and its distribution pipelines. Animated idols are fictional, but they're beating real idols on the charts. Your Idol by Saja Boys ranked top 2 on US Spotify as of July 2025. It is higher than BTS's Dynamite, which peaked at number 3 in 2020. That makes Saja Boys the highest charting K-pop boy group ever on US Spotify. Golden by Huntrix peaked at number 3 on US Spotify, which is a tie with Blackpink's all-time record. Kpop Demon Hunters soundtrack album debuted at number 8, peaked at number 3 on Billboard 200, and then multiple songs entered the Hot 100 simultaneously. And here's why that matters. Just a few years after K-pop took over the world, the industry feels kinda stuck. Industry analysts say today's K-pop is having an identity crisis, trying to dominate global charts, US promotions, etc., trying to be all things to all people, and ends up being sort of nothing to no one, while losing what made them appealing in the first place: its connection with fans. Through colorful visuals, synchronized choreography, catchy music, diversity of genres and concepts, this still exists today, but relatability, authenticity of hardware, personalities, and songs are somewhat hidden in younger idols. K-pop is also challenged by cancel culture and a conservative society. Some fans embrace both the real and the staged versions of their idols, while others cancel them the moment imperfection shows. So horrible that it causes death. Agencies double down by kicking artists out or forcing them into curated, risk-free identities. Sounds familiar? It's like the story of Huntrix Rumi, isn't it? Hiding her demon self, afraid of being kicked out. K-pop idols are used to duality, the ego and carefully curated persona. So we see AI idols and automation. aespa introduced digital avatars alongside human members, while Mave exists entirely as virtual idols. These projects were designed to blend tech and pop, but for many fans, they felt too polished. Meanwhile, scandals have revealed the industry's imperfections. Hybe's corporate battles with newjeans exposed how capitalism often trumps artist liberty. as newjeans themselves put it. Maybe this is just the current reality in Korea, but that's exactly why we believe change and growth are necessary. It almost feels like Korea wants to turn us into revolutionaries. For context, New Jeans is on an indefinite hiatus. It means they cannot release music or whatnot unless their company tells them to. This is after the court ruled against their plea to terminate their contract due to accusations of workplace mistreatment. It began with alleged plans of Min Hee-jin to take over HYBE, the company of BTS. Min Hee-jin is the so-called brain behind New Jeans, until HYBE removed her from her position, which is probably why New Jeans wants to break away. Even Blackpink members are having more collabs with Western artists, performing in the way that they cannot if they are in Seoul. Against this backdrop, two big shifts stand out: money and age, enough to own and pay credit card bills. Older fans are huge in the K-pop market. Crucially, they have the income to sustain an increasingly expensive fandom culture. And of course, they have the loyalty to older idols who have evolved over time. They are forgiving of imperfections, and they understand better that K-pop is manufactured. So while some fans cancel, some crave humanness like cracks in the image. This is proven in some fandoms. The struggles behind the glamour and of course the coming together of hallyu in one set. It's one of the many reasons why older groups like EXO or 17 thrived. They told stories as collectives, balancing individuality with togetherness. Now, younger generations of idols stand like mannequins. But is it their fault? No. The internet is just cruel. Cancel culture, paywall content, and pre order gimmicks. These are not in K-pop Demon Hunters. Its idols are messy but magnetic, perfect on stage, but demonic and ramen gobblers off stage. And paradoxically, that makes them more relatable than the statuesque perfection many agencies keep serving today. They're accessible. They're animated characters. Netflix has more reach than Weavers. They cannot hurt like humans even if they get cancelled, and the story talks about this authenticity. In K-pop Demon Hunters, songs like Golden openly narrate suffocation, darkness, and survival. Those lyrics externalize the hidden labor of real idols. No wonder some fans felt more connection for demons than with groups debuting right now. What do fans and real idols covering Huntrix or Satyr Boys tell about pop culture's consumerism? Real K-pop idols began covering K-pop Demon Hunter tracks on stage and social media, as if they belong to the official idol canon. K-pop industry is drowning from a trend of mass-produced music and creative fatigue. That could work on existing fandoms, but not in gaining new fans, especially from the US. Audiences aren't simply seeking pretty idols or English tracks. They want new, real stories, even though in manufactured fantasies. But it also reminds us that if perfection erases humanity, even fans will turn to fiction to feel something authentic. In today's world of digital perfection, AI idols, and hyper-curated brands, these fictional characters prove to be more human and demon. What fans crave and what platforms seek aren't opposites. They can complement each other. Fans want narrative and relatability. Platforms want scalable intellectual property. When platforms understand consumer culture, those two goals align. Netflix produces characters that can be monetized across media: music royalties, merch copyright, spin offs, sequels, and even virtual concerts. Animated idols do not age, do not sue labels, and do not go rogue. That alignment is why K-pop Demon Hunters is powerful. It proves that consumer culture can drive corporate strategy. Once captured, platforms know how to scale it up and conquer the world. Brand is not enough. Disney has it, but why is it losing kids? Disney's formula relies on nostalgia. New stories like Wish stumbled because it's the same old fairy tale formula. Remakes of old hits save sequels, familiar arcs. That may work for parents, but today's kids are exposed to entertainment of their generation like K-pop. Sony and Netflix gamble with fusion. A K-pop aesthetic, co-productions, and music that's not just background but contemporary. K-pop. Disney is being outpaced not because its brand is weak, but because its storytelling is safe. This is why Netflix reigns in today's streaming. It owns the stories and the distribution, a giant streaming platform, plus a production house. K-pop Demon Hunters wins because it's not just a movie, it's a collection of industries. The creative industries are a cluster: music, film, animation, publishing, gaming, streaming. Each has its own market logic. Music lives on fandom and live tours. Animation is capital intensive, dependent on visual innovation and stories. Streaming thrives on recurring subscription. How to get subscriptions? Originals. Instead of buying all the film rights, Netflix produces its own. Co-productions are more efficient in keeping more profits. Instead of buying from Warner Brothers or Disney's The Little Mermaid, it knows it cannot purchase. K-pop Demon Hunters fuses creative industries. An animated movie produces fictional idols. Those idols release songs that climb real music charts. It creates a fandom that would buy the merch. And Netflix delivers it all at once to millions of households worldwide. That's the convergence of profits from global consumers who pay monthly, whether or not they watch K-pop Demon Hunters, while Netflix investment for a single production is done only once. So while K-pop fandom is key to viewership, ownership is what dictates the game if we talk industry. Media scholar Yong calls this platform imperialism. It means that while Korea inspires the content, the distribution pipelines, the ones that make the most money, are controlled by American companies. This is the power of over-the-top platforms, the new way of entertainment that have evolved from television to online streaming, from cable ratings to paid algorithms. Korean agencies depend on partnerships. K-dramas are co-financed with Netflix. That includes Squid Game. Music videos explode on YouTube, but ad revenue flows to Google. Albums are distributed via Spotify or Apple Music. Netflix, 300 million subscribers, Disney Plus, 127 million, Amazon Prime, 220. In scale alone, Netflix dominates. While Korean culture creates the wave, American platforms monetize the scale. So in K-pop Demon Hunters, much of the money flows to the US, not Seoul. There are layers of hierarchy in the global political economy of pop culture. In the capitalized cultural and creative industries, distribution ownership matters more than cultural ownership if we talk about money. Among streaming platforms, hybrid stories win. Nostalgia loses. K-pop Demon Hunters is a win for Asian stories. It proves that idols do not need to be flesh and blood to resonate. Animated idols are showing more humanness than some real ones today. It isn't just a movie. It's music, animation, and streaming all rolled into one. Disney keeps making the same old stories. Sony and Netflix are mixing things up, and kids and adults like it. But in the end, it's not just about who makes the best story, it's about who can show it to the most people. Who owns the culture? Who owns the distribution platforms? So, yes, culture spreads, but power, or rather the infrastructure, consolidates. Who do you think decides what the whole world watches? The people making the story, or the platform that streams it? Comment down below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Take Tank to help us continue the mission of delivering critically informed and independent storytelling about things that matter.